Well, thanks for stopping by. Today we're discussing designing the pay equity policy of the future with our facilitator, Danielle Gruppo. Danielle Gruppo is CEO and founder of InternAlliance, an award-winning human resources consulting firm with expertise in diversity, equity, and inclusion. She has over 25 years of experience helping some of America's most successful companies. Welcome back, Danielle.
Thank you, Gene.
So theme number 4, assessing do-it-yourself versus do-it-for-me. What were we hoping to find out here?
We're really looking at the software and the different parts of the audit process in pay equity, and where do companies bring in outside help.
I know you've got a great panel of experts together to help talk about this conversation. And in the executive summaries, it seems that the executives overwhelmingly want a do-it-for-me solution. Is that right?
That's correct. So our pay equity discourse to date has focused on various stages of the analysis process and has produced numerous insights into pay equity, namely audits, legal liability, and solutions. And in theme 4, we narrow down the choice between do-it-yourself pay equity software versus guided do-it-for-me solutions by providing examples. And at a high level, engaging experts is worth the pay. Executives advocate for guided do-it-for-me solutions, and software is needed to audit and analyze data, and users need training to avoid legal liability.
So as we get into key point number 1 here, advocate. What does this mean?
Thanks for asking. So this is an answer to our question, which do you advocate for and why? And executives advocate for guided do-it-for-me solutions. It came through loud and clear that even if they have internal experts, they need experts outside of the company to support them through the process. Internal expertise must also continue to have development. And where do you get that except for external experts to help grow the knowledge and capabilities of the internal team? And teams can gain that in a variety of ways. Sometimes internal and external expert channels can combine and partner together. And examples of development is in software usage that extracts, fixes, and analyzes data, as well as avoiding legal liability exposure through the entire process and thereafter.
So what do you say to organizations that think, gosh, I just can't afford that?
That's a great segue to our next slide, which is pay or not pay. And this answers the questions of what should you pay for, what should you not pay for. Executives provided examples of what could be done in-house and what you should seek experts for. And it was, again, very evident. The executives say it's worth the pay. Hire the experts. Even if they don't have the money, if the company doesn't have the money, it's worth it to prioritize and get the money from somewhere in your budget.
So you also talked about software. So explain the risk and the benefit of using great software.
Or, software and avoiding the legal liability. The executives really answered the questions. What is the role of software? How can it be most beneficial? How can you ensure privilege and avoid discovery when using software? Because there's a lot of internal experts that don't realize the liability they're putting themselves in. Given legal liability concerns, would you want to do it yourself? Executives say it's worth the pay. Software is the key in extracting and amalgamating data. Team members should receive training to avoid the legal liability exposure. And I guess another way of saying this, Gene, is software is needed to audit and analyze data. And users need training to avoid legal liability.
It's so important. I think sometimes that training thing is just such a challenge, but it's just, as this, I guess, highlights, it's really critical, isn't it?
Well, it's very difficult when you're doing a full-time job every day, and then you're like, okay, well, let's do this part of my job. And it's very difficult to narrow down and say, okay, what expertise do I need to brush up on? How do I even know what I need to brush up on? And by having external experts, they can help you understand where your opportunities for growth could be and how to leverage your strengths internally.
So Danielle, I'm really intrigued by this survey that you conducted about their go-to source. Walk me through this. What does this mean?
Sure. So there was an overwhelming support, as we've heard, for the guided do-it-for-me solutions. Basically, I was curious how executives find their expert support. And according to the survey, certainly trusted referrals, hands down, is the best way. But if you're running into some barriers there, maybe you don't know who to go to get a referral, it seems that the other avenues that were very welcome were through webinars and conferences, because of course you're networking and you're connecting to people both online and in person, and you can build those contacts and meet vendors if that's the case, or maybe meet a trusted individual who can make a referral for you. And then certainly, who doesn't Google? So electronic and social interactivity is very important as well.
Is that in terms of just doing research to do a little, background on finding people?
Yeah, I think, pretty much everyone's on LinkedIn nowadays, and a lot
Right.
of times you can narrow down who you might be in touch with, who does what you do, and who might have some opinions. There's a lot of different blog rooms or chat rooms where you can go into and, ask a blanket question. You can do it anonymously, and people will give you ideas of maybe sources. People don't like direct marketing and ads, and that isn't a surprise.
Right.
So it's more about building those relationships and perhaps participating in a webinar and then asking for more information from the individual or group that's putting on the webinar or conference.
And of course, maybe one of your connects might know that person, and so they could serve as a trusted referral as well, right?
Yeah, it's a fantastic way. I do it all the time.
I do too. Really great input from our whole panel, but Brian, Melissa, and Julie went above and beyond. And I'm curious where the conversation is leading to. What's coming up in theme number 5?
Well, in theme 5, we're going to have a thought-provoking discussion of challenges surrounding gathering and aggregating data.
That sounds great. Well, this was so wonderful, Danielle. I can't wait for our next conversation. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Gene.
Again, that is Danielle Gruppo. She is CEO and founder of InternAlliance, an award-winning human resources consulting firm with expertise in diversity, equity, and inclusion. And she has over 25 years of experience helping some of America's most successful companies. And Danielle, we will talk again.
Thanks, Gene.